welcome to the deep dive. So we've got some really interesting material you sent over about what's being called the law of inspired action. Today we're going to unpack that. Now, in our previous deep dives, we've talked quite a bit about the inner work, right? Things like desire, knowing what you really want, high vibration, your energy state, visualization, faith, gratitude, all that groundwork. But there seems to be this common idea, maybe a misconception, that it's all passive. Like you just, sit and wait for your dreams to land in your lap. The material we're looking at today makes it really clear. Nope, action is definitely required. But, and this is key, it's not that stressful, grinding, forceful hustle we often associate with getting things done.
The kind that's usually driven by fear.
Exactly. This seems to be talking about something, well, more elegant, joyful, powerful, almost like a dance between you and the universe.
That's a great way to put it. The core idea here is that once your inner world, your desire, your faith, your vibration is aligned, the universe actually starts sending signals, like little nudges, impulses, prompts to take specific physical actions. Our job then is really to learn to listen for these and then act.
Okay, so listening and acting. But how is that different from just regular planning and doing?
Well, that's the crucial difference. Let's break down forced action versus inspired action. Forced action, that usually comes from the logical mind. It feels heavy. Yeah. Often, like you said, it's born from fear or doubt. If I don't make this happen, you know that feeling.
Oh, yeah. Like you have to push it.
Exactly. It's like pushing a giant boulder up a steep hill. It's exhausting. It's a struggle. And honestly, it's often counterproductive because the energy behind it, the vibration, is lack and disbelief.
Right. That makes sense. So then inspired action. What does that feel like? How does it show up?
Inspired action feels totally different. It comes more from your soul, your intuition. It feels light, often exciting, sometimes even effortless. It might be a sudden urge you get, or a crazy idea that pops into your head, or just a gut feeling, something that makes you curious, maybe even joyful.
Like chasing a butterfly down a hill, not pushing a boulder up one. I like that imagery from the notes.
Exactly. It doesn't always make logical sense. Your rational mind might even argue against it, but deep down it feels right. It feels like flow.
Okay, flow. But trusting something that doesn't make logical sense, that can be tough for people used to, planning everything out.
It is a shift. Think about the sailboat analogy that was mentioned. You, as the captain, you chart your course first. That's your desire, your visualization, your inner work. Then you have to wait for the wind. That's the universe, the inspiration. You can't force the wind.
Right.
But when that gust comes, you must act. Hoist the sails, work the rudder. That action isn't a struggle against the water. It's this joyful, powerful collaboration with the wind.
Okay. So it's about recognizing the wind, the intuition, and then having the courage to actually raise the sails.
Precisely. Feeling that wind of intuition at your back and then acting on it.
Let's make this more concrete. The material had those great stories. Alice, the writer in Bath.
Right, Alice. She'd finished her historical novel, done all the inner work, desire, vibration, visualization, faith, gratitude, the whole lot.
But then came the action part. The conventional advice was, send out 100 cold query letters to agents.
Yeah.
And the thought just filled her with dread.
Total boulder pushing, heavy, joyless. Then, her butterfly moment. One morning, this sudden, really insistent urge, go visit the ancient Roman baths museum. Completely illogical for finding an agent.
Weird.
But it felt light. Exciting, even. So she went. And while she's there, she overhears these tourists saying, I wish someone would write a novel set right here in Roman Bath.
No way.
Yes. So she chats with them. Turns out the husband's daughter is a literary agent.
Specializing in historical fiction.
You got it. Alice sent one email, warm, joyful, inspired, and she was signed a week later. Compare that to the 100 dreadful letters she thought she had to write.
Wow. Okay, that's a powerful example.
Yeah.
And Wayan, the carver in Bali.
Similar pattern. Wayan, a master carver. His inner world aligned desire to provide gratitude, faith in his craft.
But the logical next step seemed to be building this complex, modern website to get international buyers. And the idea just felt
heavy, alien, joyless, another boulder. He was anxious just thinking about it.
So what was his butterfly?
He's feeling overwhelmed by the website idea and suddenly gets this clear impulse. Carve a new mask of Dowie Shri, the Balinese goddess of rice and prosperity. Now that idea filled him with creative fire, with purpose. It felt light, joyful, so he poured his heart into it, really as an offering for getting the website stress. Days later, a travel photographer just happens upon his workshop, sees the Dowie Shri mask, is totally captivated by it, writes a blog post.
Which goes viral.
Exactly. Suddenly, commissions are pouring in from all over the world. He got the international attention he desired without ever needing that stressful website. The carving was the effective action.
Okay, so these stories really show that trusting that intuitive nudge, that butterfly, is actually a skill. It's learning to tell the difference between the mind's demands and the soul's whispers.
It absolutely is a skill. And like any skill, it needs practice. The sources suggested a technique, kind of a practical way to cultivate this. They called it the compass and the butterfly.
The compass and the butterfly. Okay, how does that work?
It's a four-step thing, basically. First, set your compass in the morning. So, after your usual morning inner work practice, you ask your logical mind, okay, what are 2 or 3 conventional actions I could take today towards my goal? Like for Alice, maybe it was research agents, write 5 query letters, edit chapter 3. You just acknowledge these logical steps, write them down even. But crucially, don't commit to forcing them.
Okay, so you know the logical path, but don't chain yourself to it. What's next?
Step 2, hunt for butterflies all day long. This becomes your main job for the day, actually. Not grinding through the compass list, but staying present, staying aware. You're looking, or rather listening, for those sudden ideas, urges, impulses that feel light, fun, interesting, maybe a bit random or exciting.
The ones that seem to come out of nowhere.
Exactly. They might not make logical sense, like, I suddenly feel like walking through the park, or I have this weird urge to call my old college roommate. Things that spark curiosity.
Got it. So you spot a butterfly, then what?
Step 3, follow the butterfly immediately. If it's possible, you act on that inspired nudge right away or as soon as you can. This takes priority over the compass list. Why? Because that butterfly, that's like the universe handing you a personalized shortcut. It's the tailored guidance. Alice going to the museum, Wayne carving the mask. That was their real work for the day.
Right. The most potent action wasn't on their logical list.
Mhm.
Okay. Makes sense. And the last step.
Step 4, the evening review. Just take a few minutes at the end of the day, maybe journal about it. Look at your compass list, what you thought you should do, and compare it to what actually happened when you followed the butterflies. Doing this consistently helps train your intuition. You start to see really clearly how often that seemingly wandering, illogical butterfly path is actually the most direct, efficient, and joyful route to what you want.
I can see how that review process would build trust in those nudges over time. So, wrapping this up, the law of inspired action, based on this material, really seems to offer a way out of that tyranny of the hustle, doesn't
It
it?
really does. It's about shifting from forcing and struggling to, well, patience, alertness, doing the inner alignment, and then being ready to joyfully collaborate when the universe signals.
Like Alice finding her agent at a museum, not through endless cold calls.
Yeah.
Or Wayne attracting global clients by carving one inspired piece, not building a website he dreaded.
Those are perfect illustrations. Stop pushing the boulder.
Start chasing the butterfly. I love that. So for everyone listening, maybe your invitation this week is to try being a butterfly hunter. Set your logical compass in the morning, sure, but then make it your main focus to listen for and follow your curiosity. Trust those light, joyful, maybe slightly odd urges. Just see where they lead you, and you're really amazed at the short